Hello, and thank you for joining us for this lesson on Workbooks CRM. Make sure you check out our free live training webinar class schedule at www.lucidswitch.com/webinar. Also, follow us on Twitter and Facebook for updates on Workbooks, CRM best practices, and new video tutorials. Today I'm going to show you how to create a report and then create a dynamically linked field item from that report. So it's called a dynamically linked item. It's basically a field that fills in other values. So I'll just show you a quick example of what one of those is. I'm just going to go to new person, create a person record. I'm not actually going to create the record, but I'm just going to show you, this is an example. This is basically was created from a report called supervisor, and it pulls up all the supervisors. So that's a person of contact type supervisor, and I'll show you how that's done in a minute. But basically what happened is I just pulled a value, and then that report filled in the other values for the other fields that are on the page. So that's really cool if you need to have information on one layout form that is from a existing organization or a person, or whatever you can create from a report. So that's pretty neat. So the first thing we need to do when creating a dynamically linked item is to create the report that runs it. So I'm going to go to Start, Reporting. I'm going to click on New Report. I'm going to click on a new blank report, and then for this one it's going to be a person. So I'm going to select people, and I'm going to call this report name DLI. That indicates that it's a dynamically linked item report, and then additional contact. So I'm just going to name it the exact same name as what the fields that I'm creating for my person record. So the description is going to be that this is the report used for the DLI additional contact. I'm going to hit save, and that's actually going to bring me from my main tab to my details tab, and here's where I'm going to be able to add the different columns that exist. So obviously if it's an additional contact, I'm going to need the person name, and I'm going to hit save and close. I'm going to add another column, and I'm going to collect the person's email address. And then I'm going to collect their phone number. So I need to get their phone number here. So I'm going to go down to telephone. And then I'm going to also collect the person's title. So I'm going to go and I'm going to pick job title. So if I refresh preview here, we can see that there are two people in this report. Basically, this is just pulling everyone in the whole database. The person's name is Robin Hood, the email, the telephone, and the job title. So right now I'm not going to filter this out, but if I wanted to, I could create a criteria, and so then I could add the criteria, and then this would say, let's just go to contact type. This would be the exact same report that I built for that supervisor dynamically linked item that I showed you earlier. So I can say contact type contains super. I don't have to type in supervisor, I just have to type in part of the word. I'm going to hit save and close. I'm going to refresh the preview, and you'll see that Robin Hood is the only person of type supervisor. So where this would be helpful is if you want to add team members. If you've got an opportunity and you wanted to sort of manage a project, maybe you have a project manager, and maybe you have an assistant, maybe you have there's lots of different uses for this type of a field. But I'm going to actually remove this criteria, and then I'm going to just click save and close. And I'm going to close out of here. And now the next thing I need to do is go into actually create my dynamically linked item. So I'm just going to click on my customize person shortcut that I had created earlier, and I'm going to go to custom fields, and I'm going to click on new custom field. And you'll see here that I've got additional contact, email, phone, and title. So I've already created these fields easier to make the tutorial a bit quicker, but I'm just going to go to new custom field, and now I actually have to type in, I have to create the actual item itself. So I'm going to type in additional contact name, and I'm going to make this a data type of dynamically linked item, and I'm going to select a report. So now I've got my additional contact report, and then my display column is going to be the person name, And then there's a couple different things you can get into, like what view do you want to use in that report. We had a couple different views. It's always going to pretty much be the detail, or there's another view that you can create. And then the display column, the stored value, you want to store the value of the display column when you put that item in there, and then you can choose a default value and all these other things that you could do in the other fields as well. If you want to get into some more advanced functionality or see how some of these things work, you can certainly contact us and we can help you out with that. But we're going to keep it simple for now. So I'm going to add field mapping. So I need to, in the report, I want to grab I don't need the person's name because I'm actually just mapping these fields, but I do want to get the telephone. And then in the form field, I'm going to put additional contact phone. I'm also going to click on auto refresh, so that way if the value inside the person, which in this case would be an additional contact, is changed within their record, when you open up the record that you're using this DLI item for, it'll automatically update the value for you. So I think that's kind of a no-brainer for most things. So I'm going to hit job title, I'm going to hit auto refresh, and I'm going to select additional contact title. And then I've got one left, which is the email. So I'm going to add the field mapping. I'm going to click on email for the report. I'm going to click on the form field for additional contact email, and I'm just going to click on auto refresh. So there I'm going to go ahead and click update. And now I'm going to have an additional contact. So I'm going to save this custom field as well. And I'm just going to pause for a moment while I create that contact, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I went ahead and I created some contacts so that we could see them inside the report that we created and in that custom field. I'll go back in to show you the report real quick because I think it's worth noting. So I'm going to go into DLI additional contact. I'm going to click on it, and then from here you'll actually be able to see what the report results are. So we've got little John, his email, his telephone, his job title. I can certainly move these report columns over by just clicking on the in between each column header name and then moving it to how big I want it to be. So if I want to see the whole email address, I can do that. I just click on view and save. But anyways, I just want to show you. So these are the people that are in that additional contact list right now. So I can just close out of this report, and then what I'm going to do is just go into start, new person. And I'm going to notice that I've created an additional contact section up here that's collapsible. So I just open that up. I got my additional contact name. I can either click the arrow button and find out who I want to use. So we'll use Robin Hood again, or I can certainly start typing in and it'll reduce the amount of results that I get. Okay, so basically we just created the report, created the dynamically linked item, and now we see it in action. Thank you for watching. If you have any assistance requirements for Workbooks CRM, just give us a visit at our website at www.lucidswitch.com. Thanks.